From the moment fire was discovered, the men who could control it shaped civilizations. Those skilled enough to use this power to forge metals were dubbed blacksmiths. And while technology has advanced, the need for men to be able to control flame and steel remains. These are those men. These are modern-day blacksmiths.
My wife just gave birth to our son, so I wanted to make her something to say, hey, nice job. Hey, Ryan.
Yep.
Can you do me a favor?
What?
Can you help me pick out a slab of wood?
For what?
Celtic pride and history. It's this cool thing. So, part of Celtic history, since my wife and I had a kid, she bore me a son. Traditionally, the male would whittle a little figurine to increase fertility before, and then if they had a child, they'd be more elaborate. So since we're modern times, I thought to pay homage to our Druid Celtic past, I would make Rebecca a table.
Some men give their women flowers, jewelry. Don makes a table.
I need this table to be special, so I'm gonna pick the perfect piece of wood out of our storage unit. Let me grab this off. I don't think that's wide enough. Go back that way. And I'm trying to think of like something kind of a lighter wood that's got some good character to it.
I love Don's enthusiasm, some of the time.
So when the Druids would actually do it, a lot of times they would carve these little figurines and stuff.
Just pick a piece of wood. So what exactly are you looking for?
Most importantly,
Before I
I'm
move
looking
this
for,
pile like 8 freaking times.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for a piece that's got really interesting grain, maybe has some kind of fork or something. I'm thinking about folding the table over. Kind of have this idea to fold it all over. The perfect piece of wood is in this stack somewhere.
I can see why the Druids built Stonehenge out of rock, because they couldn't decide on what piece of wood to use.
Oh, that's, here, move this one, that's it.
Now we're getting close.
Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I could throw in some bow ties down in there.
Thank God.
We've
only moved this whole pile.
Look
and
at it, you're not appreciating the grain in this piece. Look at this, Ryan. You know, I'm kind of going a little bit different. Instead of like a fertility object, I'm doing more like something you would do for a king. You know, something that would go into the royal court. Go down. And that's actually how they named it elm, where the name elm came from for this type of species.
Let's just pretend like I know this shit, Don.
I don't know what was longer, the walk or your talking. God.
Yeah, with my talk, you learn something.
Oh, jeez, tired legs and ears.
Pretty. Sometimes it's good for Ryan to branch out. Branch out, get it? Tree humor.
Hey, are you Ryan?
I am.
I'm Teresa. We talked on the phone.
Yes, Teresa, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks. So, we talked about a sculpture for my husband?
Yes, yes.
What do you need from me?
Well, what exactly were you thinking about?
Well, he kind of likes contemporary and movement and, you know, something kind of like that and...
Okay, so movement and something like this.
Like that.
Like this?
Kind of like that.
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 One of the toughest things to do in this business is to do work for a client who has no idea what she wants, which is exactly what we're running into today. The next thing that I'll do is do some sketches for you.
Okay.
I'm thinking aluminum. Mm-hmm. Do you not even know what material?
I know. I hadn't really thought about that.
Okay. Let me ask you more importantly, what's the time frame?
Well, our anniversary is in 2 weeks.
Okay. Same noise a parakeet makes. 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. 2 weeks?
2 weeks?
No, that should be fine. That should be fine. That gives me some time. Doesn't give me much time to get a sketch together, but I will get something for you. I'll get you a couple ideas. I think I know where we're going.
Okay.
And then I have all your contact information.
Yep. Give me a call.
I will give you a call.
Okay, I can't wait.
Now that I found the perfect piece of wood, I'll sketch out what the table's gonna look like. That slab that I picked out, that elm, here's what I'm thinking I wanna do. On the end where the crack is, I want to 45 that end, fold it around so my grain just follows straight down. And then use some of this spalted maple. Do little butterfly keys to keep that stabilized, and they'll kind of progressively get smaller, like 12 inch, 10 inch, 8, 6.
Right.
Up that. On the steel for the legs, I just want something really simple, just real clean.
So is this what I'm doing?
Yeah, I was gonna see if you could help me on this part. Just
Okay.
I'm thinking 1x2. Ryan seemed really excited about this project when we were picking out the piece of wood, so I wanted to keep him involved. These are probably gonna be 16.5 inches tall from the bottom to the top.
Okay, so we're talking pretty small.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna be real big at all. You'll probably come 16 inches down.
Steel, right? We're not doing aluminum.
No, I think steel, that elm is so blonde.
Is this any kind of like a ancient druid symbol or anything?
Well, if you fold that back over, it is the Egyptian symbol for eternal power.
All right, I'm no druid, but I should be able to figure out how to build this base. Sculpture lady, after giving me all kinds of directions to go, didn't choose any of those 7. She chose these 2. And she was basing these 2 off of, she wants a sculpture to go like this. That's what she said.
She wants gang signs.
No, she wants
This, Don,
This
this.
one I don't think would work because that one does this, where that one does this, sort of.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I say you roll with that one. That one
So
looks a little more
So we'll
fun
do that
anyway.
copper ball. We'll get that. And we got this, so let's go to work.
Even though the client didn't know exactly what they wanted, the guys knew it was going to cost $3,200. You could probably put a price on a blissful marriage, but Don wasn't about to try. This table is on the house.
One of the first things Ryan wanted me to do was go through some of the files and the paperwork and see where we could save the company some money. Hospital. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow. These are all from this year. Don's jeans, Don's clothes, Don's leathers, Don's jeans. This guy has more clothes than me. Okay.
All right, so miter or butt joint these?
That article might need to butt join them.
Yeah. So, Geisha, did you find any way to save us some money?
I did. I went over. Well, first of all, I would like to talk to you about safety. About a lot of hospital bills up there. Invoices. What's with all the injuries? I mean, they seem somewhat
We
unnecessary.
get pretty intense on the skills challenges.
Skill challenge?
Yeah, burns don't really count.
kind
'cause
of
we have
also-
ointment in there. And I, being an EMT, I can do that, but like breaks and stitches. Is
You're gonna learn in this industry, it's kind of a badge of honor to hurt yourself a little bit.
Yeah, like I got a grinding wheel got away from me. I didn't go to the ER on this one, but check that. Looks
Remember
like
when I got the router stuck in the top of my hand?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, and for
definitely-
instance, another invoice that I found multiple of is Dawn's clothes and jeans and
You're
pants
on
and
that one.
jeans.
I'm really hard on clothes. Oh man. Just ruined my going to court shirt. Hey Ryan. That's not gonna come out. I need a new welding jacket. It's not like I have like a fashionista thing going, but I tear the out of clothes.
I've tried. At least now I have somebody on my team to help with that.
I also don't believe in Washington, so.
Would you be
Or his
willing
hair.
to work with me here on the safety?
To build this base, I'm just going to use an angle, 45 degrees, weld them together into a 90, and be done.
Hey, why don't you just use this for to create your 90? Are you serious? Well, I know it's super precise, and that definitely goes against. I'm telling you, man, I love using this thing. I saw Ryan fumbling around trying to make a 90-degree angle without using the precision jig that we bought.
Because the druids were so precise, right, Don? This tool is 10 steps more complicated than it needs to be. If the Egyptians can build the pyramids with a protractor, I can cut a right angle without that piece of shit. I tried it. I gave it 10 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's a fair evaluation. You should write a review about it.
We decided on which sculpture we're gonna build. Now we just have to figure out how we're gonna build it. It consists of 4 parts. We've got the 2 curbs that are aluminum. That's copper, that's steel.
Okay.
Figure we'll use the jigsaw to cut all the aluminum, 1/8 inch, 60-61. The copper ball is already made, it was spun out of New England. And then the beam, we can't cut the chop saw, it's too thick, so we have the horizontal bandsaw, right?
Yeah, the problem with the horizontal is the bed isn't locking in.
Surprise, surprise, I need to use the bandsaw, and it's broken. Of course. Why don't we use the 7-inch grinder with a cutoff wheel?
You got a turd in your pocket? I don't like using that thing to cut stuff like that. I hate cutting steel with such a big cutoff wheel. It's dangerous, and I have to protect this moneymaker.
As long as you have it clamped down, it's fine. Okay, I'll do the steel.
nut,
Here's what we'll do. I'll do the steel, you do the aluminum.
Okay.
Copper's already done.
Okay. Whenever I want to make a perfect radius, I'll find 2 points, bend a straight edge to them, trace the inside line, perfect radius every time. I need a 1/3 arm. In your case, a 1/4 of an arm. Do you like? Look at off the drawing. I don't want to go too severe. So I think
Well, it does
kinda
this.
like that.
So,
Could you give me a line?
looks good.
Yeah. Table rolling. And then we can trim down after I get my basic.
These pens make pretty good scribes, by the way.
Especially on aluminum. On steel.
Is that your inside or your outside?
Well, that's what now we can kind of go point to point.
I want a 3-dimensional shape with this project. I don't want a stark, hard moon shape. It'll add some flair too. Using a cutoff wheel can be difficult and dangerous. With the thickness of this steel, really got to pay attention to what you're doing. Things can get away from you quick.
No wonder you need bromelain. Look at all this junk food.
It's not
Preservatives,
junk food. Look, it says
caffeine.
nutritional facts.
Don doesn't eat. I have to. I don't need him judging me.
Yeah, why don't you try some trail mix or something? I mean, look at me. Physical.
Why don't you try not
specimen
being
of
my
health.
mom? I think, you know what? I'm gonna wash that Cheeto down with this Mountain Dew.
Your arteries. In order to get the table flat and parallel, I'll put it through my jig that I made to get it perfectly smooth.
All right, you got the wood in here, now what?
Well, now we've got it up on the table. These guide rails, we gotta get them parallel to each other.
Okay.
So we'll just lay this on there. I've got little wedges and shims. You just want to look along this bottom edge, Ryan, and make sure you don't see any light, because I know they're exactly the same height. In order to remove all the material I need to, instead of sanding it a little bit at a time, created this jig that holds my router so I can just slide it back and forth and remove a lot of material a lot faster. This lays up on there. Because if I send it through a planer, that down pressure, since it's bowed,
Yeah.
you can't get that bow out. So this method puts no pressure on the piece of wood. Faster is a bit of a relative term because it still takes hours.
So how does it go that way? You just scoot it?
Yep.
Route a little bit, scoot,
Yep.
route a little bit, scoot.
I got these big ass 1.25 inch bit. So yeah, you just go across, advance it forward a little bit, across, across.
So is this thing dangerous?
Oh, you'd have to be an idiot to hurt yourself with this thing. What I didn't tell Ryan is the first time I used this, I cut the shit out of my fingers. That is
this.
You can get the
It's off!
It's our. Oops. So on this one, when you do, I want it to go this direction down, over, 18 up.
18 what? 18 inches?
18 inches tall,
Right.
which actually, interesting enough, you ever look at Victorian furniture, it's 16 inches tall usually on average. Well, modern humans, because we've grown with evolution,
Just let it
now
go.
they're 18.
Let it go.
Just fun facts, I thought you might want to know the history of things, but
After Don so thoroughly explained every reason of every aspect of the table base, I was able to finish it. So, how are you gonna get this
To fold down.
since the slab had a crack in it, I'll inlay some bow ties. That way it can't expand out anymore. Give it some stability.
So
one
these,
big
these
one.
bow ties, does that keep it from splitting, moving?
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely keep it from splitting, but mostly the reason I want it on this one is for alignment. So I'll do a big, like a great big one here,
Steel or wood?
wood. I think I'm gonna use spalted maple, which actually spalting is kind of cool as well. It's a fungus that naturally breaks the wood down. And if you catch it right, they're like perfect time. Just, hey Ryan,
What?
come here.
God dang it, sorry. What's up?
I just had a great idea with this white oak. You know that chemicals I was making the other day and put in the cabinet of doom?
That iron acetate,
Yeah,
whatever
it's
it
iron
sounds.
acetate. Well, white oak is high in tannic acid. That iron acetate will ebonize it.
I'm really tired of Don talking about his wood for his table. I have a way to end this now.
Which is the reason why they use it in oak
Stop.
barrels for whiskey. Turns it
This
brown.
is your
That's where you
wood.
get the
This
brown
is
color.
your wood rants. I mean, I was actually doing something with metal. This is a metal shop. It's not a wood shop.
Well, but I'm teaching you.
I don't want to be taught. I like steel.
You don't like knowledge.
wood is good. Steel is real.
Oh,
So
knowledge
here's
is
how I'm gonna end
power.
it.
Knowledge is power. I just
Before
give
you get
a
off
free
on
edge.
that,
people
okay, stop,
pay
stop.
money
Wait,
to
wait,
go
wait,
to
I didn't
school
mean for
to
you to
learn
go
stuff,
into
and I
another-
just give it to you for free.
Every project has a story. Not every story needs to be told. Skills challenge
but-
to stop talking about wood.
All right, let's do this. So here's the skills challenge. This cup, whoever can hit it from right over in front of the hammer,
Okay.
the fewest amount of shots.
Okay. Who's first?
Go ahead.
Bam! Two. Two-ah! Oh yeah, I can't put it up there.
What? 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 They'll use it to put the whiskey in. That's where it gets its brown flavor, and the tannic acid actually gets into the whiskey. So I'm just incorporating a little bit of science into my woodworking and furniture. So instead of needing a really expensive piece of ebony, I'll turn this black using a chemical reaction. You're doing that all wrong, by the way.
Is that piece for the table?
Yeah, it's a walnut. See the little handles? Serving tray. It goes into, drops down into the center, so that recess area is. I'm giving my wife the gift of servitude.
I know I'm going to regret this, but why did you choose walnut?
Well, actually, they kind of go hand in hand. American black walnut and American elm, which, as you
all I
already know, that the Celtics would.
I knew I never should have asked.
God, that's such kicking your ass right now.
No, I just can't stand it when people just pile the cord in there and you take it out and it's all tangled up. That's nice, neat, and efficient. Closes nice.
Only took you about a week and a half.
Yeah, but it'll only take 2 seconds.
I got the welder hooked up before you got a
Take
tool put
an
away.
hour to get it out of the box because the cord is all over the place. Now we have all the pieces cut for the sculpture. We have to weld them together and make the seams clean.
And then to make sure we get that clean line, I'm only going to go where it's kind of touching because it's going to bend.
Yeah, that's why I
normal.
didn't take it perfect smooth out there.
All
So,
right.
what? Oh, wait,
Whoa, what the f?
my hand, man.
Whoa, 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 what's short?
Didn't you measure the outside of it? Or is this for the inside? Did you cut it wrong?
That's not good.
I did it by pi.
Last time you did pie, it had a crust on it. Don't do any math.
3.1. You got flat?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
You might want to put gloves on. It says molten metal.
Well, you might want to learn to read a tape measure. Don't mind if I do.
Whoa, what happened to the temple?
My salt intake was low. Damn it, I deserve that.
Ooh. Don't have the gas on.
That sucks.
Hey, it's your table. Look like you did it.
Damn. Is there a bird in here? Looks like a bird on your weld, man.
When I grind it and dress it, you will never know the difference. It's underneath the table anyway. Still not very good. Okay, we got it right over here. Don't mind the tarp. It's all right, Don, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
That's perfect. I can't believe it's like you read my mind. It does this. You got it. It's perfect. So how do I get it home?
One of these?
I don't think
Nah,
so.
I'm just messing with you. We've got a box truck. We'll deliver it.
Can't wait to get it installed. He read my mind. It's exactly what I wanted. I can't wait for my husband to see it.
The sculpture turned out to be exactly what the client didn't know she wanted, which left her leaving the shop happy, and the guys with a profit of $2,825.
I got Rebecca's table home and finished. Now I just have to wait for her to get home from work.
Donald told me to come straight home from work because he had a surprise for me. I was really excited to walk through that door.
Hey, hon.
Hi,
How was work?
it was good.
I got you something. I got you your push present. It's finished.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, let me move this. Fenton kept pulling the sheet off, so I don't need it anymore. Check it out.
A table.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Oh, a table.
Yeah, no, so I wanted to make you something totally unique that no one else has, kind of like us. And so I went through my inventory and I picked out this elm with the walnut serving tray. So I know how you love to entertain. So check this out. This comes out.
Wow.
So when we're having
it's
friends,
actually beautiful.
Yeah. When we have friends over, you can bring, kind of put stuff on it. And then I picked the elm because I loved all these like flaws or imperfections, kind of like how a marriage has its things, and then turn it into something totally beautiful.
Wow. Wow, it is. It's beautiful. Thank you.
I thought it'd go in this room with your new furniture and everything.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mwah.
Once Donald told me the meaning behind the table and all of the work he put into it, I realized what a special gift it truly is.
Nailed it. Well, honey, I'm glad you like it. Why don't you say we put the serving tray to work?
That sounds great.
This wasn't exactly my vision, but
Minus the $800 in various expenses plus the $500 hospital bill after cutting his hand, the table cost Don around $1,300. But it was totally worth it.
Hey guys, what are you doing? What are you wearing?
Testing this helmet out.
yeah, we're gonna see the safetyness of it.
You're
He
gonna,
doesn't seem to think that metal in this.
You're gonna hit him in the head with that?
I'm not gonna hit him, I'm gonna hit the helmet. I'm gonna show him that I can put this thing right through that helmet.
Guys, we just talked about this. Do you have to hit him while he's
You know
wearing
what?
it? Can't you take it off? Can't you do
Mixed
it?
signals here. I have the face shield on. He has his
wearing
leathers.
leathers.
We're testing a helmet.
You said we had to wear safety equipment.
I got gloves on.
Please be careful.
That's the problem with you, Acacia. You always assume something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, we haven't been to the ER yet this year.